one. Mother and father and daughter and son. We gonna learn and plus have fun. Yes indeed, the time has come. Reach out to your neighbor, do something nice, return the favor. It's all good, we all get along. Clap your hands and sing along to the song. Young people, you ain't gotta do wrong. We can all do right, come on.
In the hood where I used to live, I dribble every night. Boom, boom, gunshots, shooting and fights. Young people shooting, robbing, and killing. It got to the point, see, nobody thought about chilling. Don't these kids know? Can't these folks see that the bad decision cost them a lifetime to pay, affect them in a negative way?
All right.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, Sebastian Rhoda.
A little bit higher.
Joshua. Vicky, creator of chess. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
All right, leave her there. Leave her there and pop her off. Okay, the little boy,
Sebastian next. He needs a count.
So 2 or 3?
Count.
What?
2 or 3?
Yes, he's 2. The little boy. Okay. Oh, that's adorable. I don't even want to interrupt him. How's his audio? Good? Okay, leave it like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Joshua next.
Okay.
Would that work?
Josh is 3.
A, B, C, D, E,
Oh, wow.
A, I.
Talented. Okay. He's doing it in Spanish. How's that, Ron?
Is there any reason why I get the ABCDs while he gets the 1, 2, 3, 4?
We want the numbers in Spanish, tell him.
Uno, dos, tres.
There we go.
Is ready B-roll?
You like it?
Yeah,
Okay, are you sure he wasn't? All right, we're good.
Okay.
There is no B-roll. We're just doing bars and tone, and then we're just going to go into clips.
So it's just, the only audio is for my...
Matt said basically we're gonna keep the tape on it.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Because it's just, he's gonna go back and cut it up.
Whatever, and you're welcome to go from here to there
Sure.
quietly.
Sure.
Okay, but I did tell them not to look. I still have a feeling the little boy's still gonna look. Like. Okay, are we ready?
So the
So, Vicky,
Yes.
what would be awesome is we can start by talking about the chess song, and I know you've come a long way from the creation of the chess song. So maybe you can talk about what is the chess song and how did you come to be the creator of that?
The chess song, I came to be creator of chess song. I just wanted to find an easy way of teaching kids how to play chess. And, repetition through music, movement, and, song. And it's just teach the basics of chess in like a fun way.
So what was your inspiration?
There was a young person who I met. I was working in the park in the summer, and he was a chess player. Unfortunately, he got in a little trouble, and the most chess he played was when he was on a state-mandated vacation. And he said there's no one out here who can do it because it's hard for them to remember how the pieces move, et cetera, et cetera. So I said, if I find an easy way of, helping them to do the pieces, and then we put this program together. I was going to do the song and the building of the chessboard and stuff, and he was the one who was going to do the strategy and stuff like that with the chessboard.
Okay. What about Neighbors and how Neighbors came to tie in with the chess song? How did that all come together?
I used to walk every morning with my neighbor Marion, which you'll see in the show, and I was just telling her I was trying to go to this camp, the sleepaway camp. I figured I had a captive audience, and I just couldn't get in there. So I'm telling Marion, and she's like, anything that I can do to help you, I will. So okay, and I was like, well, I can ask the other neighbors that live, in our building, and she said, yeah, and that's how it all got started. You know, I just figured no one would want to look at the chess song to learn how to play chess, just so they can, I figure if we put neighbors to it and put a little flavor to it, like we're regular people, like normal people, then maybe it would go over good in public access. That's why we came up with Neighbors. Neighbors help one neighbor's dream come true. My dream is to get a DVD or something of kids singing the chess song.
Right.
Yep.
So speaking of kids, how's your experience been with working on this with Vicky and the creation of watching her and being a creator of the chess song and being a neighbor?
I like playing chess and playing stuff, chess and stuff.
And what was it like when you first learned how to play chess with Vicky?
It was like a miracle.
It was a miracle? Because you didn't think you could learn chess so quickly? It's kind of a tough game, right? Right? Lots of strategy, lots of different moves to take. But how did she teach you how to play chess? It wasn't, she taught you through the music?
Music, and she taught me how to do all the different moves and the movements.
And what about you, Josh?
Well, okay, if I can, Josh's mother, I'm friends with Josh's mother.
Yeah.
And she told me that Josh was teaching at the library. And besides, I called her house and heard the voicemail of Josh's voice, which I really liked. And so then that's how we going. Now it's on you, Josh.
Okay. Can you repeat the question, actually? I kind of forgot about it.
How did you, obviously Vicky just talked about how she came to meet you, but what did you think about Neighbors and how Neighbors got started, and what was your first impressions? And so when you first walked into our first day, what did you think? Or when your mom told you about it, even go back further, when your mom said, I want you to be part of this with me, with Vicky.
Well, actually, I think my mom had a misunderstanding about this. She didn't really know what it was. And I was actually kind of shocked when I came in here and it was supposed to be something on TV or anything. It was pretty interesting, but I didn't really know anything about it until I actually just went in.
And I can speak for myself. I met Vicky. Vicky is very close with our family, and it was amazing to me how quickly Sebastian actually took to singing the words and learning chess in the process. And for me, who hasn't played chess since I was a child, I used to play chess and checkers with my brother. We had these insane battles, and I really did forget a lot about the game. And then when Sebi started to play with me, he actually beat me on the first game. He had a couple really cool moves. And so, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was awesome.
I know how to play checkers.
You know how to play checkers now? Well, we're here to talk about chess. So have you, Josh, continued to play chess since it's kind of resurfaced your interest? And
Oh yeah,
yeah.
quite a lot actually.
And do you play at home, or are you playing with your friends? Or
Usually I play it with my friends during school, my free period, I guess.
And Sebastian, are you still playing chess?
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to say something?
I don't think I want to do this.
Okay.
Can I take this
Oh,
home?
not yet, sweetie.
You can't take off the mic, Sebastian.
So
Sorry.
Vicky, let's talk a little bit about some of the hurdles and things that you encountered in trying to get this off the ground. So, you have this great idea, it's a great concept, and you now have your neighbors engaged, which is, now all of a sudden you have a task force to really help you, and you have, other folks that have talents in a couple different areas that you can leverage to help. So what did you find were some of the hurdles that kept you from maybe moving it forward as fast as it could? Because we're in a great place now. We're getting close to our finishing our recordings,
That's
our
right.
programs. So what were some of the hurdles?
The hurdles were, trying to go through Aretha Franklin, Tried to go through Aretha Franklin to get her permission to do it, but we've worked around that because you're singing the song a cappella a little bit, and we cut out the music. Coming to Cablevision, getting into Cablevision, that was the hardest thing because all my life I haven't been affiliated. When I do stuff like that, my AIDS awareness plays and everything, I have not been affiliated with a group. Though I have tried to say, here's a good concept, there's an AIDS awareness play, promote adopting babies, I need your nonprofit status in order to apply for grants or help and stuff like that. And they said, who are you? Why are you interested? Go away. So when I came to Cablevision we got that notice, we'll help you, that's Leslie gave it to me. Yeah, mommy, 'cause I was getting ready to take the chess song and just get rid of it because I didn't have a DVD for it. So she said, hey, mommy, I found this out. You can go to Cablevision. They're going to help you. They're going to, all your questions, you're going to have a DVD, a DVD of the kids singing the chess song. I was like, wow, And then I contact Cablevision, and it was like, call us back next year. And if it wasn't for the help of our state representative, Lyle Gibbons, we would not be sitting here right now because I had to, he kept telling me try again next year. And it's going to take a year, and it's going to take a while, and you're not going to be able to do it, and you're not. And I just knew I had to do this. Like, it says on our website, I came from a community where just seeing so many young people dying, it gets to the point that you have to try to do something. Maybe the chess song is not the end all, the be all, but it's a part of it to let these young people see that they're being played by pawns, by the gang members, the gang leaders. You might as well say the politician and the police. And if you want to know what the consequences of doing an action, the consequence, I think it's better on the chessboard. Right. And because it does apply to life, but the difference is on the chessboard, you don't get life in prison. In the chessboard, you don't get a bullet in the head. Right. You want to take these chances, and that's over the hurdle. Now, one of the hurdles was getting people to sing the chess song. I know you guys were. I think you guys were a little distracted in after the first audition. Do you remember the audition when we were looking? Did you really expect like 100 kids to come through there?
I did actually. I thought there was going to be a ton of kids that just showed up and were waiting at the door, and so we didn't get a lot of people, but the people that did come in were animated and willing to talk into the camera, and as we got a little bit more comfortable, it was people started getting up in front of the camera. Even you started to relax a little bit. We started to actually dialogue and record each other, and it was actually the first time that we all were all assembled together as neighbors too. So that was like our first at the audition was, hi, nice to meet you. So when neighbors were first meeting each other, and then we're doing this casting session at the same time, I was like, okay, but everyone kind of fell into their own role. One person was like, okay, I'm going to sign the release forms, you're going to take the pictures, this person's going to stand over here, that one's going to record. And then we did the one-on-ones. We had a couple of dancers that came in that jumped around, and we got them recorded. And then we also were able to actually network with parents that came in too, that was actually kind of teed us off into some other things, which we can talk about in a little while.
Yes. Josh's. So I want to staple the. So where do you want Josh to stand? For his Kodak, for his Polaroid moment.
It's the reality of it all.
I could staple building. Did you see what? There it is.
Okay.
This is stapler right there.
All right.
What is on top of the
We have the application.
Yep.
And that's how we can do that.
Here we go.
Jump down. Is he going to fly in the sky?
Marie, let's go over here and see.
Okay.
These are my neighbors. This is what we
Need to take a picture of you.
about my neighbor Miriam. She's the original neighbor. Linda. Nice to meet you. There's a rapper, so I think you'll be able to see and get something.
There you go.
You guys don't start again.
You know, every time you see Brandon. Now, well, you can walk around, we don't basically start until like 11:30. So there's a big old library, you guys can walk around or whatever once you take your pictures. Do a team tour. Very good. Remember the Polaroid in that CC? My friend gave it a long time. It's been a long time.
Okay, so Vicki, what was your inspiration to come up with Neighbors, the chess song, and talk about how are we here today?
Okay, we're here today because how I came up with it. 2004.
Talk louder.
Thank you. I met this young guy at the park where I was working, and he played chess, but he didn't have a lot of people that he played chess with, and he was like on his way to, not doing good things, or I think it just came out of something. So I said, well, hey, I think these kids would think a lot better if they knew about chess, but I didn't really pay it that much attention. I was just like, maybe I could do something for you and to help you out. Because he said the reason why they don't like to play is because the basics of chess is remembering how the pieces move back and forth. So I said, I thought about it, and at that time, a lot of violent stuff was going on. Like kids not making good decisions, like knowing that you're going out there and what's happening, and you go anywhere, and then everyone's shocked when something happens. I said, what makes good decisions? So it brought me back to mind of that discussion about the chess. And so I said to him, if you'll teach it, that's why in the chess song there's things that I couldn't say in the song, he would make up in teaching to play chess, because I'm no chess player. He was a chess player, and he was so enthusiastic about it. And then when I gave him the chess song, he was enthusiastic about that. But when we went around to give it out, he lost his enthusiasm because he thought that the reason why the chess song wasn't moving was because he was part of the package. And I was like, no, well, not because you're part of the package, because of the whole thing. So after time, we lost contact. Then we met again, and I told him I'm working on it again. And I went back out and I tried to push it again. It didn't go through. And meantime, these kids are out here making bad mistakes, getting arrested, different things like that. I'm like, it's the way that we're thinking, So just did a lot of praying on it and praying on it and praying on it. And then I tightened up the chess song. This is really fragmented. And what it does is it teaches the basics of chess, the movement, music, and song. And it's just an easy way of introducing you to chess, a fun way to introduce you to chess. And once you get in there, then you start thinking strategically, critical thinking. You have to know that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, that there's consequences for your actions. And I think it's better learned on the chessboard than in life, because, that's a final. Sometimes, I think parents used to teach their kids, like, don't put your hand in fire. They used to push your hand away and do everything. And like some parents now say, oh, when they get burnt, they'll know. But how you know they're just going to get their hands burnt? They can burn out the house, they can burn their clothes. I mean, you're not teaching them, critical thinking, that this could be bigger than what you think it is. So there's just like, and I found that out living in Mount Vernon with the kids on the street. He'll find out when he gets out there. Don't you see how he's finding out? Why not do this on the chessboard where you do that mind-to-mind thing, where you think about your actions and what's going to happen behind it and what consequences you're going to pay. Everybody's shocked. Everyone's shocked when something happened, especially there in Mount Vernon. They were shocked. Oh my God, I didn't think it was going to happen. Okay, he had a gun, but he told you to wait there. He's going to go home and get a gun. You wait there. He came back and shoot you. Who's shocked? He did exactly what he said he was going to do. And then, it's just some rumors or stories that tell that the person always looks shocked. After you wait an hour for someone to go back and get a gun and come back and shoot you, there's nothing to be shocked about. So I'm saying that's not good thinking. That's not critical thinking. Chess will tell you, don't be there when you get back. That's not a good move.
Be on another part of the board.
Yeah, exactly. You move to another part of the board. But they stay right there. And I said, boy, they're not thinking really good. And how to do that. And Also, I thought about the penal system in chess. And our penal system works like a chess game. You make your move, you don't secure it, they make their move, they secure theirs, and next thing you know, you're in a takedown. So you gotta secure your moves, you got to know what you're doing, you know. And in this time of war, because we are at war, you know, and outside the country and in the country, that you need to start thinking in strategic terms. You gotta know that there's dangers out there, that everyone's not for you and everybody doesn't like you. You know, but you gotta like yourself and you gotta know what to do. And you just gotta think and make better choices. And I think that chess will start this exercise going. And then my daughter, she came in with this flyer from Cablevision because I had given up. I went all the way to New Jersey. Neighbor Ethel could tell you about that. I was ready to sleep in a cabin in the forest in New Jersey to get this chess song done. I would travel to New Jersey a couple of weekends because I figured that would be a great place because there's a lot of kids, you know, and I would have a captive audience, so to speak, you know, and they would have to learn the chess song. And if I had to sleep in the woods, I would. And I guess they looked at me and said, after 1 week, you'd be dead. I mean, it was just like cold and yeah. I went to that camp when I was like 8 or 9. And well, I was willing to go back again and go through whatever to make the chess song happen. So when Marion told me that, my daughter came in with a flyer, and she said, "Look, Mommy," and I was just like, I'm done, this is it. I tried to all the local community centers. I was like, this is it, I'm done, finished, finick. And then she came in with the flyer for Cablevision and says, "We'll help you if this is what you want to do." And I'm like, I'm for sure positive that if I get a DVD of kids or a kid performing a chess song, then I would be able to, you know, to let the community center see it, and they would accept it. But so that's what we decided to do. So that's how I wound up, because I'm like, who's gonna look at kids singing a chess song? Like, I can imagine kids, oh, I can't wait to look at public access to see this chess song. And how can I get their parents to like encourage them to look at it? And then I thought neighbors would be a good way of doing it, because it would be basically 4 strangers or 5 strangers, now 6, coming together to make this happen. And it wouldn't just be me by myself as it had been for years, you know. And then we could find the children or the kid to perform the chess song, and we could get the DVD going. And did I answer your question? Or am I like a politician?
Yes.
Okay.
You did. Good job.
Thank you.
When you set up a chessboard, the second row facing you is covered by the pawns. The rooks are on the corners, the knights are next to the rooks, and the bishops are next to the knights. The queen goes on the tile piece that has the same color as it, which is in this case white, and the king goes on the tile piece that has the opposite color of it in that area, which is in this case black. The other player does the exact same thing, except for it's a mirror image on the opposite side of the board. Okay, these are the pawns. They're actually basically the foot soldiers. They start out in the front, and they don't really do that much. But at the beginning, they're on they cover the entire second row on each side. Yeah, kind of like that. And the black goes all covers this entire side.
All right, well, we got that. You got that part.
The pawns are kind of an unexpected piece, to be honest. Usually everyone has to move it at the very beginning, and for a while they kind of block all the major pieces, but the interesting thing about it is once you get it to the opposite side, it can turn into whatever you want it to be, usually a queen. And that it's kind of why you have to be careful with these pieces. Well, at least for the other, if you're playing against someone that's using it. They're also very useful in other ways, but it's kind of like a surprise. You never really expect them to be worth anything until they actually do something, which is probably one of the funniest parts about that piece. Some people, well, a lot of really strategic people don't really like to use it, but when you can use it, it's very good.
The pawn moves first, babe, you got it. When square straightforward, you know you got it. It captures by moving diagonally. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. Just protect the king. 1 king, 1 queen, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 players, 8 pawns, 1 boy. Good.
Hi, my name is Marion. I met Vicki when she moved in to our North Water Street villa, let's call it like that.
Nice.
My name is Leslie Addy, and I work as director, segment producer, and animator. And I'm also the daughter of the creator.
Teach one, mother and father and daughter and son. We gonna learn and plus have fun. Yes indeed, the time has come. Reach out to your neighbor, do something nice, return the favor. It's all good, we all get along. Clap your hands and sing along to the song. Young people, you ain't gotta do wrong. We can all do right, come on.